Thank you for tuning in to Black Spectrum Network. I'm going to be your reader for today, Quintari Shakir. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to this video. I want to thank everyone for helping me to make YouTube partner. I made it in 1.5 months, so thank you all for that. That is very much appreciated. You all will be receiving readings on the Black community very soon. So we're going to go ahead and get into this reading about Taraji P. Henson and her fiance. Okay, so to talk about Taraji Henson, they're saying that Taraji's an energy vampire. Taraji can be very draining to be around, but not in a way that not in a bad way. It's just that she's very she's like, Taraji is always on, you know what I mean? Like, her mind never slows down. It's always on. She's always working. She's always doing something. She's very active, very attentive, very conscious, and she requires she's very extroverted, high energy woman, and in order to be around her, you also have to vibrate at that same level. You have to be high energy, very attentive, very conscious. If you're someone that is aloof, that has a hard time focusing, a hard time paying attention, you might find that she, you might find yourself like dealing with her in doses, because she's someone that she talks a lot, she listens a lot, she engages a lot, very extroverted woman. They're also saying she likes to gossip, so she is very trustworthy, but she does spend a lot of time talking about other people, and she can find herself caught up in discussing like politics, not just government politics, but also, you know, the politics of between people and in Hollywood and things, you know, that are saying on the Shade Room. She very much enjoys tea and shade. They're also saying that Taraji has a very youthful energy. So, you know, one thing about her that is very visible. Okay, black don't crack. We know that. But Taraji she not only looks young, her energy is very young. They're saying that she's, you know, energetically, she's like late 20s, early 30s. They're also saying that she's just a very forgiving person. She's not someone that holds grudges. She is someone that's always very demanding of respect and commanding of authority. She has a clear definition of what success looks like for her. She's something like, it's almost like she hustles so hard because she still feels like she still feels that her career is in a building phase. Like, this isn't it for her. I'm also hearing that she's very spiritual. So she prays, and you know, she reads her Bible. She goes to church. She loves God. You know, she's dedicated. She's not to the best, to the best of her ability. She tries to live by what she feels God wants her to do. And I'm saying it in that way because she's very open to like she's someone that I would definitely say she's Christian. Like I'm getting that vibe from her, but she's very just open. The very open person. She's also someone who's able to turn something into nothing. So you can give her of just a very small role and she will steal the scene. You can give her very little direction, or you can give her you can be confusing in how you're speaking to her and directing her, and she will, to the best of her ability, she can turn lemonade. She can make lemonade out of lemons. She's a very powerful thinker, very quick-witted, very creative. I see her improvising a lot with her acting skills. I also see her acting skills helping her a lot in business meetings. It's very clear who Taraji is, but at the same time, because she's an actress, I would also say that there's you don't want to underestimate her because you don't know the full range of her personality or how she might articulate herself, the ideas that she might make. She channels unconsciously. She might channel an attorney, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. So it's like you want to... She's a very powerful personality. Let's put it that way. If she was on reality television, she would be on... She could have been on WeTV's Sisters-in-Law and been an attorney and played an attorney amongst all those other actual attorneys. And if we had never known who she was. The point that I'm trying to make is that she could have played a fake attorney amongst real attorneys and we never have known. Anyway, so and I'm saying that if Taraji weren't an established actress, let's just say they just hired her from off the street and she was trying to act at this age, whatever. Anyway, the point. Look, I've got to be moving on. Sorry, but Taraji, I just think what the spirit is telling me is that she relies on her acting chops a lot in life. Like, that is her superpower. If she doesn't turn it off. And she's herself, but she, in the same way, I guess in the same way that my gifts are always activated, she's always Taraji P. Henson, you know? She's very human. They're saying that she is very compassionate. Like, she really looks out for people. She's going to make sure that everybody is good. It's like, for example, if you're working on Empire, you might you might come on the show for, 15 seconds as an extra. Taraji's going to make sure that, okay, that, did you get some food? Did you eat? Even though you're here, did you eat? Like, it's like that. She's not doing it in a maternal way. She's more so doing it in a very, very, like, comrade, tribal, like, triage. Like, I'm saying, like, triage. Like, maybe in a past life she was a nurse, but she is very, very nurturing. Always trying to make sure that other people's energy levels are in tip-top shape, especially, like, their physical energy. And she really cares about everyone's well-being. She gives very genuine... She makes you... If you just met her, you feel almost as though she's really getting to know you. And she is really trying to get to know you. they're also saying very much finally she advocates on behalf of a lot of women in her industry from behind the scenes. A lot of black women have gotten roles and opportunities because she is pushed for them behind the scenes. That's another thing that I'm hearing. Taraji, what this card is telling me, Taraji, it's like one thing that may have hurt Taraji in the past is that she may have always found herself falling on the sword. It's like she may have taken acting opportunities that she knows that these people should have been paying her more, but she took them anyway just for the craft, just to do the work, just to prove her resume. It's kind of like she fell on the sword for other people. It's like, I did this not for the money, but to open the doors for the opportunity. It's like the opportunity presented itself to me, so I took it and I laid down on the sword and gave it to them like none other. That's how I see it. It's like it was about her thinking that, okay, if I do this money for pennies in 2004, then in 2014, guess what? We might not have just one black film with a black woman. We might have at least 5 or 6. Is something has to change. It's like I can't do it on my own. And I see it as very selfless. Very, very selfless. And it's like she's someone that had grown up poor and she never had these dreams of she's had dreams of fame, but not dreams of grandeur. And she wanted to become this famous role model so that she could kind of sort of just have a better relationship with the world. In a way. It's like she's very introspective about, she knows who she is, she knows what she wants to get in. She's all about happiness, peace, and joy for herself. So it's like she wants to become this phenomenal actress and do these great things so that she can have a better relationship with the world. Like, she knows that if she's famous, people will like her. And it's almost like she just wants to give positive vibes to everybody, positive energy. If I'm a household name, I want you to smile when you think about me. They're also saying that Taraji never forgets anything, and she remembers everything. You know, you don't come around Taraji and tell her one thing, and then you tell her something else, okay? And also, that just be very careful with what you say around her. It's not like it's going to get out and get back, but she's going to remember it about you. So don't stab her in the back, because it's like Taraji is not someone that is easy to get a reaction out of. But she is very much about her business, and she's not going to take anybody's disrespect. And so she remembers everything about everyone. And this is the thing. She remembers everything. She remembers if she meets you, if this is your first time meeting Taraji and you're in the industry, she may not know you, but she knows somebody you're connected to, because she remembers everything. She remembers, oh, from that conversation, I remember you. Oh, I heard, yeah, I know. So if you strike her the wrong way, hold on one second. But yeah, if you strike Taraji the wrong way, you could definitely find yourself with some opportunities blocked, or being hung out to dry. Because she doesn't she doesn't play. She plays she doesn't play, but when she does play, she plays fair. If that makes any sense. So yeah, I don't know her fiance's name, so give me 1 second to look up her fiance's name. Kelvin Hayden. Kelvin Hayden. Okay. All right. So Kelvin Hayden. So Spirit said he's an athlete. There we go. Kelvin Hayden is an athlete. That's the first card. And he's always going to be in sports. He's always going to do something involving coaching, working with people, athletics, the body, dexterity. He could be a physical therapist. He could be a sports therapist. He could be a sports sociologist. It doesn't matter. It's always going to involve sports and in games. And maybe in a past life he was a gladiator. Or I think maybe a gladiator or something. I'm seeing him in like like lots of, sparring matches with people in front of crowds. But anyway, that might not be the correct term. So let me know in my comments what the correct term is. Educate me. But anyway, he's very strong willed, very strong minded. I would also say that Taraji is very strong-minded, but his strong-mindedness comes from a place of mental discipline that's been formed out of constant exercise, routine training. Like, he gets up, he doesn't sleep a lot, he eats a lot, and he's very fit, very knowledgeable about nutrition. I'm seeing him with his meal plans planned. He's a very good coach. He's great at what he does. And if he did athletic training or personal training for people, he could have some really great cardio classes. They're saying that he's a fighter, so he's a very alpha male. Because I see like a wolf, and he's the leader of the pack. I definitely see him as a Mufasa sort of personality. I'm the king of the jungle. This is my household. This is what I rule. You're my queen. Not my woman sort of man. And he's very ethical. He's very ethical, and he's very family oriented. Very, very family oriented. He's actually at a point now in his life where I'm hearing that he's maybe in his. I'm hearing maybe he's in like his mid-30s, going on his late 30s or something. I don't know, but either way, he's ready to settle down, and he thinks in this way: me before he or she. He's all about putting himself first. He's ready to start a family. He's ready to build a family. He's ready to just have a family. That's what he wants. He also may have children already. So he's also very intuitive. He's a truth seeker. So I don't hear that he studies mysticism or esoteric spirituality or anything like that. I just really more so hear it as like he's very prayerful, and he likes God. I'm not sure if it's that he loves God, but he likes God. What's wrong with you? They're also saying that he's very sensitive. But he doesn't cry. He's just sensitive in that he's temperamental. He's temperamental. He's easy to provoke. I'm not seeing it in I don't see it in a very aggressive, like, or I'm gonna throw stuff at the wall, punch the wall, or I'm gonna hit you type of way. I see it as he's just catty, kind of. This is how I see it. I see it as the guy that was in high school that he was very funny. He cracked jokes all the time. He was all, like really, really funny with his jokes. And when you joked on him, he got sensitive, and then he just came at you a little bit harder. I see it as that. Like, he's sensitive in that way. He's like, if you gonna get me, I'm gonna get you back. He might be like, he's vindictive. Let's put it that way, and he's sensitive. So it's like a child always wanting to get back at somebody. Always wanting to poke. Once you poke the bear, you know, he's going to push you. You know. But at the same time, they're saying that for him and for a lot of people, he's actually he's coming into this larger understanding of his manhood, where he now sees himself as someone that needs to contribute to society in a good way. He's just ready to just chill out and settle down. He's like, you know, I want to be happy. I want to do the right thing. It's kind of like he's had some sort of spiritual awakening for himself. And now he hasn't been this way before, but now what will become a part of his personality is this appetite and desire to go higher spiritually. Okay. All right. So I know that was a lot about them and their personality. All right. So I'm going to do an oracle card reading to see the spiritual vibration around Taraji. Tell me what you all think about their compatibility based on those personality cards. Also, what are some black community readings I should start doing? Also, what are some white community readings I should start doing? Let's do it. What are some... Let's do readings on race in general. Let's do it, okay? But yeah, let's see. What's going on with Taraji? Ooh. Yeah, so the reading is speaking about... Okay, so the reading is speaking about three things. It's speaking about, okay, Taraji and this guy are dysfunctional with each other right now. It's also talking about a woman who has caused problems for them, or an outside third party. If it's not a woman, then it's a man with a more feminine energy, but I see a woman. Sex and intimacy is an issue. This woman was just sex. So usually this card, when I'm reading for people, it's usually like they're dealing with somebody sexually, and it's like, okay, this one, I can tell you right now, this isn't going to be a relationship. This isn't going to be your boyfriend, or girlfriend. Y'all going to continue dating. Y'all will have sex, but this will not be a monogamous relationship, or even a relationship, period. So this person is still after her man. And I think that he may have, her fiance may have gotten engaged to her to kind of prove to her that he's really committed to her. The next thing that I'm seeing is blame shifting. So they got some spiritual, they went to they had to go into a pastor or something, and they worked through this, because I am hearing a woman interfering with this. And one of the questions that people had asked was about somebody cheating on. Basically, somebody asked the question, was Taraji getting cheated on? And I'm going to say yes, just based off of what I'm seeing from these from my oracle cards, because what I'm looking at is God intervened. God brought about forgiveness, healing, and helped them to rebuild trust, because this woman wants revenge against him. And I think that he cut her off in a bad way. In a way that was like, you know, he probably I think he sent her a text and was like, hey, I can't fuck with you no more. But yeah, Taraji and this guy are definitely trying to get it together with each other. And this woman is not going to stop. Like, she's... This won't... I'm getting my tongue tied, because this lady that he messed with, she might not be... How do I say it in a way that's not derogatory? She makes as much sense as a soup sandwich. That's what I will say. She makes as much sense as a soup sandwich. So let's call her Miss Soup Sandwich, because there is a woman, and this woman, they need to make sure they got a restraining order on her. So anyway, before we get into that, let's talk about Taraji and how she feels about Empire. Okay, Taraji and how she feels about Empire. Okay. Taraji would like to have more creative control over the show. She feels like it is not... She feels like the show isn't educating people and really changing, you know, their lives. She feels like they're getting entertained and they're being introduced to new things. But she doesn't feel like these things are memorable. She feels kind of like the creative direction of the show isn't powerful. But she does enjoy what she does enjoy it. She likes being the A-list star. She's the queen on the set. They treat her well. And she loves it. She loves working for Fox. She loves working on Empire. But I'm also saying it as it's just a treatment. It's just that layer of treatment is what's good, like what she likes. But I'm not saying it as she would want to just stay. She doesn't want to stay Cookie Lion forever. She feels that because the quality of the show is... Here's the thing. Taraji's like, this show is not a critically acclaimed show anymore. We're very popular. And this is what I'm hearing. I think it's like we're very popular, but it's not a critically acclaimed show anymore. And I feel like because it's not critically acclaimed, it's almost limiting my star power she feels like she can only grow but so much as long as this show is as long as this show is just trying to continue, it's like the show is just trying to just attract viewers at this point. It's like, that's how I hear her saying it. She's like, you know, we are doing different things. We're bringing in different writers. But I just still feel like it's just something that's just not there with the show. And she does feel like it's kind of limiting her. But they are throwing money at her to stay. She's not gonna be leaving anytime soon. Because it's like, even if there were another opportunity to come, this money is so steady and it is bringing in so much opportunity. It's like, this isn't just like, oh, I'm on this show and I get a paycheck. It's also like the sort of talent and celebrities that come here, the level of access these stars, you know, it's there are a lot of secondary perks other than the salary. It's like her network has increased her net worth, and they pay her a lot. They pay her a lot, but eventually they're not going to be able to. Eventually, she's not going to be able to satisfy herself working there based around good treatment and the money. But also, for the most part, like, it's like the opportunity to meet people. It's like she continues to see her friends, people that she's actually cool with through working on this show. It's like, you know, these are people. Some of these people I've revered and respected. That's how I understand. I've revered you. I've respected you. I'm so, you know, honored to be in your presence. The gratitude. Thank you. It's even to people that are younger than her. It is a phenomenal. For what she feels is a phenomenal opportunity. But there's also a smaller part of her that's saying that's not suspicious about if this could be. She's suspicious. She's suspicious about. She's asking this question: can my career accelerate faster if I weren't on this show and I could find a gig on HBO? Okay. So, we're going to ask the question, what's going on with, man, I can't even follow my script, my little script guide anymore. Okay, so so let's see. Is there a woman involved in this? Not anymore. Let's just put it that way. Let's say the cards ended here. Okay, let's just say I pulled 3. If I pulled these 3, what this would be telling me is that they're in a, like, Taraji and her fiance are in a period of rest after a long time of stress and strife and just working through things, forgiving and really trying to just get over it, and really rebuilding trust. I am reiterating this because I can hear a counselor or a therapist telling them to, like, repeat that and work on that. It's like a 3-step system or something. And then I'm seeing where he's now ready to assume he's ready to become king of the castle. He's ready to assume his position in life, in her life as well. And then I'm saying them ready to make these major changes, especially these huge and dramatic shifts after a long period of darkness. And I'm seeing where they're showing me where this guy and this woman is really pretty. She's like an Instagram pretty. This is how I'm seeing it. It was really on a, it goes down in my DM sort of thing. This woman is like Instagram pretty, like model. I'm seeing her big butt, lighter skin tone, like lighter skin woman, but she's obsessed. She's very obsessive. And let's just say that's what I see. Let's say it left there. But then here, this is letting me know that she's definitely still feeling very emotional and still wanting to throw herself at him. She felt like this sexual relationship they had meant something more for her. And in her head, it's like she thinks that there's something else there. Because for her, I think she feels like it's not even she feels like she landed a baller. She feels like they were similar to each other. And kind of like there was something that was supposed to, there's no closure there for her. And she's still wondering about what could be. And I wouldn't be surprised if she comes back. Okay, so now I can try to follow the script. So what's going on in their relationship? Okay. Same thing. He's assuming head of household. Period. That's working towards marriage, building towards marriage. Okay, so is this woman coming back? Look, he's going to make sure she doesn't come back because Taraji told him that if she appears in any way and interferes with their situation in any way, she's done with him for good. And he doesn't want that. He's serious about her. But I see him trying to keep his head above water. Definitely trying to return to Taraji. I see this woman still wanting the friendship to have a re-encounter with him. But I'm seeing the dangers of breaking up in case this happens. And that's definitely what he can expect. Why did he cheat? Hold on. I think Taraji and this guy have been dating for a minute, and I think that perhaps they have been dating for a minute, and this guy was just not. He wasn't ready to be in a monogamous relationship. His eyes were bigger than his stomach, and so here it is where I see, it goes down in my DM, and unfortunately she didn't slide in his DM first. He hit her up, he initiated it, and I'm seeing Taraji here, kind of distant from the situation, doing her own thing, and this, did catch her off guard. It was kind of like, it never occurred to her that he would do this sort of thing. It was kind of like, what? Why? Like, why would dude, you stepped out and did this? Like, this makes absolutely no sense. Like, there was nothing wrong was there anything wrong in the relationship? Because I'm hearing her saying there was nothing wrong in the relationship. He wasn't satisfied with something. I think because he felt like he wasn't getting enough attention from her. And it started to make him feel like maybe this is so childish. This is so childish. Okay, so he cheated on her because he wasn't getting enough time in the relationship. She was focused on her money And really, like, it's like Taraji feels almost like, no, if you're gonna, she's like this, I'm not about to put you before my career at all, period. And so you got to fit yourself into my schedule, and you got to tempt me. I want my career so much that you got to tempt me and be so awesome to such a degree that it makes me want to leave my job a little bit early, even 5 minutes early. That's how I hear her saying it. And that made him think, and this is him, I mean, man, she's probably like it's not meant to be, because it don't never work out. Like, we don't, I shoot her a text, she says she busy, I, hit her this time, she don't follow up, sometimes I'm busy, and that's how I hear it. It's like he wasn't pursuing her as diligently as he should have. It's like, in order to make this work, because she does have this career, you do have to wait for the opportunity to open up a little bit more. It's not going to come easily with her. I'm definitely seeing it as she took her time. A lot of traveling. Taraji was doing a lot of traveling, and they broke up at the time. And it was over her traveling for her career. So, there you have it. All right. I did not expect all this. Next question. What's their love language like, and will they make it to marriage? Love language. Taraji's love language. Taraji is words of affirmation and physical touch. His love language is acts of service and words of affirmation. If that makes any sense for anybody. So what I'm picking up is that Taraji likes to be touched, caressed, held, hugged. She likes the fact, and I saw a picture of them when I was Googling, and she likes the fact that he's bigger than her. She likes that he can pick her up and throw her around. She likes that she's petite and sprightly around him, and she really likes to be embraced by him, and she's very sexual with him, kind of like I would say she's she knows, like, it's like Taraji's not promiscuous, but she's acrobatic. For him, he's like he's more he has his rhythm. He has his rhythm. He has some signature moves. Hand around the throat. But he's a mama's boy. I'm hearing that. He's kind of he likes to be talked to and babied and caressed and fed and nurtured, and he likes a lot of attention. He also likes for people to do things for him. So if you give him a ride to the airport, you give him a ride from the airport, you pay for his Uber. He doesn't mind if a woman pays for his food, buys him some nice shoes. Yeah, he wouldn't, mind having a sugar mama if he didn't have his own money. And will they get married? They are definitely getting married. They are walking down the aisle. I see a coming together. I don't see breaking up. I definitely see a coming together. But I do see some issues in the marriage. So these are problems that they're still working out. They have healed from the breakup, but they are still, he's still trying to process all of this. Like, he's like, you know, it's kind of like the pastor told him, look, it's either you're going to be all in right now or you're going to leave it alone. And he sat there, thought about it. He said, I've got to go for it. He's fearful. He's very scared in this, of this marriage, but he does want to get married. He feels like it could go either way, with them. So it's like, he's like, man, she's always traveling. She's always doing something. I knew that she was very, you know, moving, popping, and popular, but he wants a family. And he wants more time and attention. He's ready to just, you know, like, go on family trips and vacations all the time. And it just can't happen in that way right now. But he is trying to lock her down. He is trying to prove to her that this is what he wants and that he's not into that, that woman, what did I say her name was going to be? I can't remember. I don't know why I'm thinking Mrs. Hershey's Kisses or something. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But the point being is that's what I'm saying going on for them, is they're still going to be working through that, where she's traveling, sometimes they're apart, and he's needing her attention, wanting her attention, and he has to keep himself from getting bored, keep his mind from wandering off. All right, so they will make it to marriage. We know what their love language is like. And so what can Taraji do so that her marriage can reach its highest potential? And then what is some advice for her career? Okay, what she can do for her marriage to reach... I mean, there's nothing she can do. I mean, it's all on him. Why did I even ask the question? It's about him. The spirits are saying that he needs to just go ahead and grow up. It's like, grow up. Grow up. It's that simple. It's like, no, you can't do it anymore. You just can't. You're going to have some times where you're really just masturbating all day. Grow up. You can't do it anymore. You can't do the same things. And they're saying to him that he should definitely not try to deceive himself into moving forward with this if he's not ready for it. They're saying that this engagement will become, they will walk down the aisle. He will move forward with it just because he's so diligent in making this happen, and she's forgiving him. She's open to it, and she's like, let's move on, let's move forward. He just needs to just believe that he needs to not second guess himself. He needs to not worry about what things are going to be, you know, what things will be like 5 years into the marriage. Will he still be attracted to her? He can't think about those things. He has to do everything one day at a time. And in order for Taraji to reach her heights, it's like the spirits are saying she has. They're saying she has. They're saying that she's doing what she needs to do. And if anything, they're saying they want you behind the camera now. They're saying they want you, Taraji P. Henson Entertainment. They want you to create your own entertainment company. And they want you to start financing films and television shows. They want you to start creating the opportunities and helping to use your face to promote that on those networks. That's definitely what they're saying to you, Taraji. They're saying, like, Spirit has said, you've done what you need to do as an actress. We can take you even further. But for this other thing that you've been looking for, there's something that's been brewing down in the bottom of your belly, and that's the desire to open up the doors, to open more doors. And this will, and I'm not just seeing entertainment companies in the United States, I'm seeing entertainment companies specifically in Japan, and yeah, specifically in Japan and in the United States. I don't know why Japan, but I definitely hear for some reason for you over there, there's a lot of money. Okay, so all right. That's the end of this reading. Thank you all for tuning in to Black Spectrum Network. I'm your host, Q the Creator, Quintari Shakir. Please go to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com and purchase a private psychic reading. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to this video. Thank you for making me a YouTube partner. Please let me know what community is about. I mean, not the communities. What questions about the Black community you have, and I will do readings on them. And let me know if you enjoyed this reading. Thank you all. Bye.
I just wanna fly away. First class out of space.